Oh dear, doesn't it all just happen all at once? Things just don't go according to plan and all that sort of stuff. Because so many things going on tonight, I didn't get a chance to set up this microphone, so I'm using the camera microphone. Sorry about that, guys. While it's somebody else's turn, I'll see if I can get this microphone working. Although, it might be. No, there's plenty of other microphones in here. I'm seeing dials going everywhere. Anyway, welcome to our net tonight. As you can tell, I'm the fearless controller again tonight. So you have to put up with my fumbling and whatnot. It's going to be a fairly quick night tonight, but we do have a very interesting broadcast, which would be very good for everyone to see. A little bit of an experiment. So at the moment, as far as check-ins go, I do have a couple of check-ins. So we've got Peter BFG, who will be taking over from me here on RTV1. Then we'll be switching over to John, VK3RTV on RTV2. And then I'm going to get John to hand over to Joe, VK3TET. And that's all we've got lined up for video at this point. Feel free to give me a call on the liaison frequencies, both of those. If you're running a little bit late, just give me a hoy, or if I can't hear you, give someone a hoy to give me a hoy, and I'll add you to the list. We also have Mark PI, VK3PI, who is also registered that he's watching on RF. We currently have 9 viewers on YouTube, and last look we had a couple on here, so yep, we've got 2 on Discord. Although I noticed VK7AX is monitoring a different Discord channel, as in a stream, so that's very interesting. Anyway, I'll investigate that. Anyway, so Pete, if you can get ready and get your system fired up. I'm on S, so it should be a relatively smooth changeover. Alright, everyone, stand by. I'm pretty sure Peter will be ready and fired and clicking his button as we speak. Talk to you soon.
Some feedback. Well, good evening everyone. I'm Peter, VK3BFG in Montana South, and I've got the heater on already. Cripes. Well, I did note that Richard mentioned 7AX is on Discord, which is really good. G'day Tony. It's I hope you're well, and perhaps we could bring you in on SRT sometime to this net. You'd be very, very welcome to come in and provide a little segment. It'd be really good to hear what's going on down in Tassie. I know you've been flying the flag down there for many years, so it's really great. Good on you, mate. Nice to have you on. Anyway, locally here, I've been thinking about what we might do to enhance some experimentation. It's been great that people have been experimenting with Pluto and getting it up on 4 meg, and that sort of keyed me to thinking about what we might do, and then Rob 3IE and a couple of other people actually mentioned that a couple of the receivers that we've got here, the GT Medias and also the Hello Boxes, do go down to 2,000 kilosymbols per second, or 2 megasymbols per second. So we're going to have a third channel, which will just lengthen the possible time for RTV to respond, because it'll be looking at channel 1, which will be the 4 megasymbols per sec normal, which is what we're on now, and then we'll look for 2 megasymbols per second, and then it'll look for DVB-T. So it'll scan through those 3 sequences. Now, to add a little bit to the flavour, I've also ordered some boards from the VATC, and we'll make up a ride receiver and see what we can do with that. We can experiment with even smaller bandwidths, like they do in the UK, and maybe some people can experiment with 265 and very low bandwidths like they do for Q0100. But anyway, it's just a thought. But step number 1 anyway is to get a couple of receivers at least working on 2 megasymbols. So that brings me to programming a couple of the AT Tinies that I've got here that are associated with the GT Medias. And Stephen 3TTF is the doyen behind that, and his website has the link to get the software for the Tinies. And I looked around in my various drawers, and I found that I've actually got a programmer, and it's actually got an AT Tiny sitting there on the board that's associated with the programmer, and it's got a serial port. So it's the old, this is a J-car version of it, but I think it was silicon chip version. So that's really good. I'm having some trouble locating the software that goes with that, and it was Bascom AVR, which is what was used originally, and I have found the site for that, so we'll look and see if we can get a download for it and get at least a couple of the receivers transferred over. It will mean taking one or two of the combos out, and the danger there is that maybe the sensitivity isn't as good as what it could be, but I guess we can try. And it's interesting just to see what you can do with 2 megasymbols. I've had a bit of a play with it with my system, and providing the background's not changing too much, it's fine. But if it scans across grass, for example, or trees where there's lots of little different items, it can't cope with that. But it will cope with a steam train running through in the distance. So yeah, it'll be just something that people can have a play with. Also, working on getting 3ER, the Eastern and Mountain District Radio Club, back on ATV, and we've got the exciter all changed over to DVB-T, and we couldn't get the ports down working there, mainly because of their arrangement upstairs. It wasn't really ports down's fault at all. So anyway, we've put a Hyde's DVB-T exciter in there, and there isn't quite enough power there at the moment to reliably get a link in. It does lock up sometimes. Anyway, I've got their 150 watt PA. It's the old DJ0 Gove PA, and it's one that's been flaked up from some commercial. And unfortunately, the FET died on me. I wasn't overdriving it; it just went. You know, the good news is that it was easy to get out. So look, I'll give you a look at what we've got here, because it's all ready, and the president of the Eastern Mountain Physics Radio Club has actually located some spares of that fit. They would be a bit rare. I was having trouble finding a supplier, but apparently we have some fits, so that's really good. And the good thing about the amp is that it was easy to get the fit out. It wasn't soldered onto a heatsink like some of them are, which makes it very difficult. You have to sit them on a hot plate and wait until the solder melts, get the fit off quick before it gets too hot and destroys the rest of the board. Anyway, we'll give you a quick look at what we've got here, and then we'll head over to John over there in Williamstown. So stand by for a bit of shaky cam. Okay, we'll take the camera off its tripod and just move over here, and see the we've got a nice big ammeter there, which is very handy. It's 0 to 10 amps. I think the maximum that you can expect is 5, and certainly won't be driving it anything as hard as that. So we've got a 28 volt minimal power supply here, and that 28 volts is going up to the FET directly. And then we come down here and we've got a little down converter there to 12 volts, and that drives the fan. It also drives a little relay system here, and there's a key line that comes in here, and that'll be the external key, and that relay is also sitting on the 28 volt line, but it is controlling the bias to the FET. So the FET sits with 28 volts on the drain all the time, and you simply switch the bias on and off to make the thing active. And there's the board now. You can see the FET's been removed fairly easily. A bit of a sloppy soldering there. You can see that it's just really more than it needed to be there. But anyway, I couldn't do anything about that, and it is cleaned up as best I can. So it's going to be easy just to put the FET back in there, and you can see there there's a flake just here, and I think there might be another one somewhere else. I saw, oh yes, these legs have been cut off. There was obviously something in there. There was probably some capacitive effect there, and there was that blob of solder on there, which I did remove as a little bit of a test, but there was the wrong thing to do. So I put the blob back on, and it certainly was a part of the tuning. So when I get the new FET, I might have to do some experimenting with it. And Mick, if you are watching this, I might need a bit of that copper. So there we are. Hopefully we can get the PA working again, and then we'll get the monthly broadcasts on RTV2 of VK3ER and all the people that do the monthly presentations, and they're very interesting. So it will add to Friday night, and I believe that Clint VK3CSJ will be back with the broadcast that he does for VK3ASV, the Astronomical Society of Victoria. So they will be back certainly shortly, and that will make a very good Friday night viewing. And while we're talking about viewing, we did actually see Dave and the VK5RDC net last night. It's coming through on SRT quite well, except the video is buffering. The problem is definitely their end. So I did alert Dave to that. The audio was quite okay, but the video was buffering quite severely. So anyway, that's a bit of work in progress, and it's good to have our friends from South Australia on RTV and looking to explore further in terms of linking repeaters. And of course, when VK3RGL comes on, that will be mutually linked with RTV as well. Anyway, they're all experimenting, which is all a part of amateur radio. So that's it from me. We're now going across to John, VK3RTV, so everyone needs to switch to RTV2. So this is Peter, VK3BFG in Montana South, and I've got to put the camera down. And John, you can start going, and people can move to RTV2 straight away. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. John, VK3RTV. I'm using a different camera this week. I wasn't going to come on tonight, but we didn't have too many people, so I've just quickly fired up the transmitter and given it a test, but I didn't get the good camera out. So I'm using an old Sony Handycam standard definition. I think it's lost its auto focus a little bit though now, but anyway, hopefully it's still working okay enough that you can see me. Look, I haven't really been doing anything on amateur radio or amateur television for the last couple of weeks, so not much to report, but I thought I'd pull out an old video. It's back from 2013, and it was just a brief report, I suppose, on the 2013 QSO party, ATV QSO party. So there are some familiar faces there. There's some people that were on back 13 years ago that aren't anymore. But you'll get a quick, for those who really don't know a lot about the ATV QSO party, it was really between VK and the US originally, and then we did have Britain come on in the later years. So it shows you just a few of the stations that came up, some on digital, some on analog, and when you look at my signals, some that weren't operating very very well on the day of the QSO party. But anyway, I'll run that. It's not very long. It's only about 3 or 4 minutes, and yeah, hope you enjoy having a look at some of that history of 13 years ago.
CQ, the third annual Digital Amateur Television QSO Party was held on Friday, August 30th, 2013 in Southern California. That was Friday and Saturday, August 30th and 31st, 2013 in Victoria, Australia. The first digital ATV QSO party was held in 2011 to celebrate 100 years of ham radio in Victoria, Australia. Peter, VK3BFG, and Don, KE6BXT, linked the ATV repeater VK3RTV near Melbourne, Australia, with the W6ATN ATV repeater in Southern California. This year was our third year for the QSO party, and we also linked in WR8 ATV, the ATV repeater in Central Ohio. What is an ATV QSO party? Let's take a look at some of the participants from this year's event.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third annual ATV QSO party.
G'day everyone, VK3KQ.
So Ralph, VK3 Lima Lima, back with you again.
Everyone again, VK3KQ.
I'm located in Narrabri, south about 30 kilometres south-west of Melbourne. This is Ken, W6, Canada, and we're located in Southern California.
I'm John, VK3RTV, and located in Williamstown in Melbourne, a western suburb of Melbourne.
This has been a brief look at the 2013 DATV QSO party. Join us in 2014 for the 4th annual DATV QSO party. If you don't have ATV, you're not seeing the whole picture. And you can join us via Skype. For additional information, go to http://ke6bxt.com/DATV QSO party.
Turn the microphone on. That was just a quick snapshot of what happened in 2013. And as you can see, there were a lot of people that were still using analog, particularly the Americans. And things have developed quite a bit since then in terms of picture quality. Although mine's not that great tonight, but anyway. And we also used to use Skype, which gave Peter Cossins a lot of headaches, being the anchor for the whole QSO party. And I think things like SRT have helped a lot in that regard as well. So hopefully we will see a 2026 QSO party sometime in usually around August. So just keep the last Saturday in August, and I think we do the Friday night as well. Is that right? So, yeah, anyway, look out for that. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'm now going to pass to Joe, VK3TET. Now, Richard, is he on RTV 1 or 2?
He's on RTV 2, John, and he's ready to go.
Okay, all right, so stay tuned on RTV 2. Joe, looks like it to be fairly interesting from the snippet the test snippet
I'll introduce. Tell me when the string's stable, Richard.
It's stable. You're on.
Okay. Hello there. This is Joe, VK3TET. I've cornered a couple here on St Kilda Beach. It's quite cold. We can actually have a quick look. This is station, well, it's not Station Pier, it's St Kilda Pier. And there is a nice warm swimming pool here. And we're standing outside in the cold with this young couple that will say something to us.
Hello RTV, we love you! And we love Melbourne.
Yeah, very good.
It's the best city on earth.
Alright, thank you for the good demo. Alright, take care guys.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye. Anyway, so what's happening? This setup, I'm actually streaming to my QTH directly using an RTMP stream to the Libra SDR, and the Libra SDR is broadcasting this to South Pacific. I wish I was on the inside, but I'm not. And here we've got various people in the swimming pool here. They'll be surprised that they're on YouTube. But anyway, that's how it is. You want to say something?
What are you filming?
It's going to YouTube and television. Yeah. So, it's a little bit difficult to give you the total technical explanation of what's happening. However, what's going to happen is that we're going to go...
Yo, stop filming chicks, bro.
I'm not.
No, you're literally filming her. She's going behind a bodysuit.
Okay.
Like, calm down, man. No, seriously, stop.
It's not going. Okay? Don't worry about
Don't
it.
film her, bro.
I'm not. I'm looking there.
Yeah, just keep going that way, yeah?
Alright.
Good stuff, man.
This is what happens when you do live streams. You get all sorts of people. Anyway, what happens, I'll give a more detailed video on the technical setup. But this is just like proof of concept that the system works. So there we go. Don't know what else to say. Obviously night, but for those of you that recognise St Kilda, you'll probably recognise that building there. It's been in lots of homicides and whatnots, all sorts of TV shows. And you've got the actual lighthouse here. And on the other side of Kilda here. You can't really see much of it because it's very blurry. It's quite far away with this little titsy camera. So anyway, I hope you guys find this interesting. Just shows you the Libra SDR is doing a relatively good job. Very capable. device, and it's very easy to operate it remotely. So I will call it quits. I hope it's all good, and until we catch up once again. So this is VK3RTV pulling the plug on a live stream on RTV. All the best, guys. Enjoy the video.
Alright, better just kill my audio. Rightio, thanks for that, Joe. Yeah, so if people aren't aware what was going on there, and I'm on this microphone, looks like it's a little bit loud. Let me turn that down a bit. If people aren't aware what was going on, Joe was streaming back to his QDH, and then yeah, I believe he was using SRT to stream and then broadcast from his actual property, so from his QDH. So yeah, a bit of an outside broadcast test. So with a combination of RF and also internet technology, which is we're starting to use more and more, but obviously our first preference and our first love is always to be RF as much as we can. So yeah, anyway, interesting stuff with what's going on, Pete. That was great. And John, it was fantastic seeing you know, that video of the I actually watched that one. Wasn't licensed at that time, so yeah, it was just before I'd actually got my license, but I was very, very eager to be a part of it. As far as ATV stuff is going, I have ordered some bits. This is not all of them, but some of them. You can probably see what that says, and that's a switch with some filters. So that's part of my mobile setup. So that'll give you a bit of an idea, a bit of heads up. Also, just out of interest, I purchased this little thing. Now, this is actually a fully self-contained Wi-Fi camera. Now, I've only just charged it, and I didn't have time to set it up because I was having problems with my stream. I was could not get Freestream Coder to stream to Portstown, and I was pulling my hair out. I was trying to get people to check in and dinner, and everything was going on, and it just wasn't working for some reason, and I couldn't work out why. And it was while I was talking to Joe TE when he was checking in and telling me what he was going to do, and he said, "Oh, was anything software updated?" I'm going, "No, I didn't update any software." And I thought about it. I thought, "Hang on a minute, I updated the NVIDIA drivers." So I checked on Freestream Coder, and it was set to NVIDIA. I went, "I wonder." So I set it to software encode, and bang, it worked. So yeah, always catches you out, those drivers. So that caught me out a bit, and that's why I didn't have time to set up the microphone, and you know, all sorts of things were going wrong at the time. But anyway, this is live television, so I got there. The other thing that I did purchase, and this is for another little experiment, and you're not going to believe these, but what you're looking at there, alright, that size, so it's sort of hard to tell exactly how big it is. I can probably get a ruler and give you an idea of how big. Yeah, it's that big. So 20 centimetres long. Bet you no one can actually work out what it actually is. So I'm going to tell you, that's actually a camera. So it's what they use in pinhole cameras and whatnot. Now, many of you know that amateur radio is not my only hobby. I do have several. One of them being model trains. And I don't normally do this scale. This is called N scale. I normally do HO. But my plan is to put a camera inside an HO layout to have cab view. And I bought that being a Wi-Fi camera. I'm going to go somehow. I haven't looked at that yet. I've got to check to make sure that works first. I'm going to make sure that I can connect that, take that lens out because that's quite big, and connect that one via some wires and put that into the cab and have that in the loco somewhere and see if I can get Wi-Fi working on that. So yeah, after the show I've been able to do a few little things and head towards some little projects that I've been wanting to do, plus all my other projects, which is always time consuming and a full-time job, so which is very busy. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to. We currently got 14 viewers on YouTube, and I see Clint was watching but didn't come up tonight. He said he might have come up, but no. And Nick, VK3BA, is also checked in on YouTube. And then we've got Vince as well on Discord. Just a correction to Peter. Tony 7AX is actually monitoring one of the other Discord channels, and it's VK3RGL, but they aren't live streaming yet, so I'm not sure whether he's a bit confused about which one to connect to or not. But I sent him a message, but he's in away mode, so it means he's not at his computer. So anyway, I'll reach out to Tony as well and see if he's keen to join our net as well, and he can utilise Discord to watch it live from Tassie. That'd be great. Love it. And I'm pretty sure I didn't get to watch anything last night, but I'm pretty sure the guys from South Australia are using Discord as well to monitor their transmission last night. So I did run the YouTube as well. So anyway, that's it for this week. I've been seconded to do next week as well. So hopefully we'll get a few more people joining us and having some fun and getting some transmissions happening. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just pop up and say hello. I'd love to see if we can get everyone with a 2-minute transmission, and then to take the load off everyone else, we can just have, hi, I've got a transmission, or this is my first transmission, or something like that. It'd be great to see some more faces, or if you're not that confident, because you've got a face for radio just like the rest of us, have a picture of something, just as long as we can hear some audio that it's actually a live transmission. So that'd be great if you could do that. I know there's lots of you out there that are capable of transmitting and don't join in the net. Don't be scared. It's not that hard. When you first start doing it, it's pretty hard to be looking at a camera when you're not used to it. If it makes it easier, put a microphone in your hand It doesn't have to be plugged in and pretend you're talking. So that might help you with the stage fright, you know, and pretend you're talking on a microphone that's not connected. That's one way to alleviate. Don't look at the camera. Most of the time we all start not looking at the camera, and often we're not anyway because we've got so many things going on. We're trying to monitor lots and lots of different things that are happening while we're on air, which, you know, normally people who are on air don't have to worry about that. They've got all the technical people, us, doing all that in the background. Anyway, I'm going to call it for tonight, and don't forget Discord. It is a fantastic way. We've got Facebook and Discord, so they're the two. Obviously Discord here, Facebook here. You use your phone to get that link. If you're not too keen on doing that, then yeah, just send me an email and I will help you. I'm going to do a full review on how to get on Discord. I've just got to have time to record it, so I'll try and make that time over the next couple of weeks, and then maybe I'll do a short video for everyone to see. Yeah, and like I said, but if you're in Melbourne and you can receive via RF, please do. That's the way we prefer RF, because after all we are ham radio operators. We're not YouTubers. Anyway, no offence to all the YouTubers, because we're YouTubers as well. Anyway, thank you tonight, and we'll catch you all later. Bye.